They're, you name your price, you want a souvenir, say $1, everything that we're at 24 is over there. And if you buy one, oh, they have the raised seal of my private library on there. And we'll help you. There we go. So what happened is, I think most of you know I'm today's Reed Ghazala. I fell into circumventing kind of by accident some 45 or so years ago. That instrument right there in my hand is in my installation piece of it here. And that is the instrument that started me on my course of circuitry. Next slide. And I'm just going to show you briefly. I talked way too long the last time I did this. I swore I didn't do that tonight. This is just to show you kind of where it is today or what has happened somewhat currently. That's a nice article where everyone, I think, that was in electronic position. This was the 1995 Wired magazine, Wired for the Tricon Cancer, the middle of the magazine, their fetish section, that blew the lid off. I mean, after they published this, Blue Man Group was calling up MTV, Discovery Channel. It's crazy what a little picture like that can do. Okay. These are some of the bands that I've either made instruments for, or as I work with them as a consultant. Blue Man Group. Where? Not sure exactly King Crimson. Gabriel.
Yeah.
And I built a couple of instruments for these guys, Pete Richard and Jim. But more important to me is kind of what's happening on the street. People are busking, of course, you all know this, but the people are busking now with circuit type instruments that's Darren Sackville on the right there. As far as I know, he's in Japan. Let's just hope he's in Japan.
People know you back. He's in the U.S., he's in California. Dr. Reck.
You know, you can tap $10 to Japan through the Red Cross. I think it's 90999. You can check it out online. Okay, this is children learning to circuitry at MIT. I thought that was wonderful. I think when we were doing that. People laugh about circuit bending at MTV. I did a circuit bending workshop with MTV. This is David somebody or other. His team at that moment was MTV. Yeah, it was MTV's big CEO at that moment. Somebody saw this picture and said, naturally, it's going to let everyone else do the work for you. This is French. But now we're going to go back to like 1964 or 5. This is Swiftland Shopping Center across from Woodward High School. This is just to show you how weird times were back then. This guy has a monkey, and it says there, monkey bites. Don't let the monkey bite you. And then he would pull this cart along through Swiftland Shopping Center, and people would give him a little bit of money, maybe do little action stuff. You're not going to see that at Swiftland Shopping Center today. This is where the Radio Shack was that I got a little amplifier that started me on a circuit bending journey. Radio Shack is cool. You know, from one, let me reflect upon the times. This is during the era of the slaughter of Kent State. Now, we were all opposed to the war. We knew about the war before Maximum Force came forward recently and told us what we all knew back then. At my high school, we had the militia, the National Guard, posted in case we began to rise, like we did at Kent State. So this is what I came to deal with. This was our world as 50s or mid to late 60s. So what did we do? Next slide. We made our own world psychedelic. This is the house I lived in, the 58 Railroad. And it was in that house that circuit bending my journey on circuit bending started. This is my trip out here. We had on the one hand these military people at our high school. You had to walk past these people. If they didn't like the way you looked, they'd stop you. You'd get frisked in the hallways and all this kind of stuff. So we turned our homes, this is mid-1960s, into psychedelic dungeons. That's a light box that I made. And it was just trippy. Everything was trippy. We all did this to our bedrooms and our homes. And it was a blast. It was in this atmosphere that circuit bending, my experience with circuit bending, came about. Okay, next one. Yeah, I should mention that during my discovery period, I took lots of risks. My home's advantage because I almost blew them all. I was into pyrotechnic, and I was making mortars. Rockets can only carry so much payload, right? So a mortar can really benefit high itself. So I almost blew my hands off part of that summer school about 2 feet. Just full of stitches and stuff. I was just starting to play with the drums. So I was pretty bummed out at this moment. The year after that, I discovered circuit bending. You've heard about the drawer that I closed and all this noise started coming out, and that's how circuit bending started. That's the drawer. That's not my information. It just happens to be where this test is now. I say it because of that. That's the drawer that a little amplifier shorted out in and started me on circuit bending. That's the circuit. This was a little gray mini amp with a 9-volt battery in it that you would plug maybe a telephone into or something so you'd be able to hear it better. That's what the circuit looked like, although they've taken it out and mounted it to something else. That's why there's that Faux Bee center. That's where the speaker band used to be, was inside the tiny amplifier. Okay. That's the first configuration of the circuit. This had tiny spinning speakers and body contact. That's there I am playing drums. What we would do is, this by the way, I guess is the first circuit band in the world. That photo was probably taken maybe 1968 or so. I would leave the drums and I would have the little device with the spinning speakers hidden somewhere. Then I would bring it out, set it up on a cable, start the speakers spinning, close mic the speakers, and then play body contact. Meanwhile, the drums, there would be no one on the drums, but bass, organ, and lead or rhythm guitar would carry on while I was playing the synthesizer. People, there weren't synthesizers, not on the street very often, so people didn't know how to respond. Sometimes we got really good responses, but not all. That's the church where the instrument that we just saw was destroyed. We were on stage playing, and we just went into a jam, and I left the drums, brought out that instrument, started playing it, and a church, simply because they had a stage, and it was over band night. If you had a band, you were invited to play on the stage. So we were playing on the stage, and I'm not kidding. Articles of worship were hurled from the audience. A hymnal, a Bible. They were throwing these things at us, and I remember our keyboardist from the last shot, I remember him dodging. Like, so he wasn't going to get hit with the Bible. So that's when my instrument was destroyed. So what did I do? I salvaged the circuit, and I turned it at this stage into a simple body contact instrument. That's the instrument right there. These are 2 phone tails that I put together for an exhibition at the Reed Ghazala on the Indiana University campus building. And of course, there it is in the installation that I have over there. That is the same instrument that you saw me holding in the New York Times picture and in the previous shot. Why is it in this case now? Because it's red. And if anyone feels it might be, and maybe you played it in person and realized how fragile it was. I couldn't keep carrying it around like that because from hand to hand it would eventually get destroyed. But because that is, it's like the Big Bang, of circuit bending.
It's the equivalent of putting a brain in a jar.
It's not a service gun, so I want to take good care of it. But I still want it to be able to conduct electricity through people's bodies, just as it did 45 years ago. You can go over there and do that between bands and then turn it off when people are playing, because I don't disturb the music. That's really what tonight is all about. But I did want, if people want to be electrocuted by the instrument that started it all, to have it here so that you can conduct electricity through your body, so that you will become an active component, just as though you were a capacitor or a resistor on the circuit board. So if anyone's interested in that, you can go there and turn it on. We have parts on net. If they're ready to play, I'm not going to put it on. I'm not going to put it on until they're done. But between sets, if you want to be electrocuted and play the instrument, please come on over.
Yeah.
I also have the two floor pads, which you can play each other's body. 1960s, mid-60s, this was a clothing alternative era in American history. So when we would play this back then, let your imagination wander. But one person stands on a pad, the other person stands on the other pad, and then you touch each other's bodies to play the instrument. So now the human body is the interface. We can do that over there. What's neat about it is that different parts of the body create different sounds, depending upon how well the contact is made. Bare skin gives a better contact than a forearm with hair on it or whatever. So experiment as you like over there between bands. I guess that's a fun.
Yeah.
Now, there are two more movies. They're shorter than the one we just saw. And again, I'm anxious to hand these DVDs out. If you come up to me and say you just want one, I'll just give you one. And it makes no difference to me. If you want to pay for what you think it's worth, that's fine too. But I don't want to take any home with me. So that's what I'll be doing over there. And I'm going to turn the house over now to Hearts of Palm.
Hearts of Palm, we say that.